Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Exploring Old Master. Today the topic will be contrast and lasting information in portrait painting. This is the couple photo portrait from Old Master. I just went on Google and just find some interesting to support this topic today. The topic will be cast contrast and lasting information. What's the contrast? The contrast is you already know the contrast, but this contrast I'm talking about the overall of the painting. As you can see, all of this painting here have common things. The contrast, the lightness is pop up on the face, and so a lot of information around there is dark, and you don't even see that. See, just the face pop up, and that applies to a lot of us. Whereas the portrait painter, as a client, send you a photo of someone, the loved one, and want you to paint the painting. A lot of time we just look at the photo and then copy the value color exactly on the photo and put it in the canvas. Well, that's the way a lot of people do that, and we should do it too. However, if we do something, emphasize and input our thought into that little bit, will make the painting more interesting. Yeah, as long as it look like the person and it make way better, the client will be very happy. So let's talk about this today, and hopefully, sometimes situation you run into that and you thought, well, we may use that for our painting. So let's talk about the first one. Well, the first one again is to the face the old man. Imagine we got photo from the old man. Someone said, "Well, I wanted you to paint my grandfather," something like that, and they send you a photo of the man standing like that, right? Similar like that, and I believe the photo will be in daylight and will be bright. There's a lot of information around here. Background, there's a lot. Maybe he's standing outside the field, there are tree in there, and you can see a lot of thing wearing clothes on his shoulder. You can see the hair, everything detail, right? Yes, and then you copy that. But look at the photo right here. Is look it's amazing how look the painter look at it, and the light come from his mind actually. Probably he have someone standing there, and then have back then they didn't have camera. He would did a bunch of sketch as well, and then he does probably would do the light come from some kind of candlelight or something like that, and that might cause that the way he looked like that. But I believe beside that, the painter create a lot of light using his imagination, his brain to create this light. Purposely, he dimmed the whole area here and tried focus on the face. And that's perfect support what he want. The audience eyes focus right there. And he's used the last information, which mean the area he doesn't want fill information, the detail in, and he leave that for audience fill in. So that make more interesting. Someone might think something else, someone might or the other may think some differently. So make the painting very interesting depend on the person who's view it. So we want to do that for our painting and make more interesting. Nowadays, a lot of artists using that principle, lost information, and when they got a photo with bright light, right? A lot of information around here, but the artist didn't paint it. Instead, darken it out. They blur it out. So you see, I believe you have seen a lot of painting with just the fade around things just blur, and that's lots of information. So they just don't want to add it in and make it less and furry it out and make it fade more interesting. And like this one, like the next one, the same principle apply this one. And this is not just the face, the whole body as well. The artist dim everything else but the face, the bow, and the little hand, and everything else just support to simple. When I was talking about simple, that mean he didn't spend a lot of time in area like he spent a lot of time on the glass, spent a lot of time here. But my point is that the brightness is similar as the background, so it's like fading together. And when the audience looking at, they look into the brightness area first. That's the human nature. So wherever bright the eye will draw first. If you have bright everywhere, the eye will all over, and you don't have focal points, which is not good. And also that make the focal point you want, which is like the face here, is not as precious because it's everywhere. Look at the whole painting is except in here, in here, in here, bright is to make it more interesting, more value compared with the rest. You don't want to make everything here the same. That's a good thing. The same thing with this one, like right here. A lot of sim area you don't paint is that the artist didn't paint anything here, right? It just makes it black and simple. I think this like really small. Zoom in one of the kid, but that's the idea. He only focused on this thing, and over here let the audience just fill it in. Okay, maybe the shape right here like that. Fill it in. This one as well. See, we receive a lot of photos, something like that, and then let paint again. Based on photo, the hair will be a lot of strand, and you can see a lot of hair in here, a lot of detail and clothes. And we go ahead and paint that. Yes, sometimes you paint is the hair nice, you paint that correctly, but sometimes you don't. You just decide, okay, we focus on the face and we focus right here, and the rest is just simple, and we paint. And if you can make it dark, we can make it darker a little bit. If we can't, sometimes we fade it out, make it like blurry, so the eye will focus here, and that make the face is really, really value. Like let's talk about the earring right here. See, because there's nothing around that. A hair strand right here, simplify over here, make the earring is so value. Let's think about if we have hair all over here, shiny and things like that. The earring won't be pop out and more interesting like this right now compared with a bunch of hair. And that's it. Next one, the same. See, even the you had the background is bright, and this case the painting paint the girl in the bright light. But again, he's used a lot of dark as well over here. The hair you don't see much, and he focused on right there. Simplify over here. Simplify background. With this one, the same. Wow, that's amazing. You see, just focus the hair right here, a little bit straight here, it's complete black. Simple over here, dark over here. This one as well. Same one right here. He focus on the face a little bit, and then around here, and everything up on hair here simple. Talk about simple doesn't mean he didn't care about that. He paint a lot to him, but because the background is matching, so it kind of like blend together. Your eye don't focus in there. Your eye focus on bright area here, and make the whole thing interesting. And that's it. So the bottom line today we talk about contrast and lost information area. Basic the contrast is where the bright you want to focus on. It's not like contrast how dark this thing, how bright this thing. The whole overall of the painting you paint someone and you want to focus where you want to focus mostly the face, like right, mostly the face, right? Most face. Some scenario is bigger. If you paint the whole body, half body like that, you focus on something else. Also the face, something beside that, the hand or the body as well the face, or something just part of the face. There's used a lot of information as well, and don't paint everything. Blur out you can, and make the rest of interesting, like the face, for instance, the shoulder, a little bit shoulder, the right hand, the body, even the hand, something like that. So I hope that's it for today. Real quick and simple. Contrast in terms of brightness and focus where you want the eye, draw the eye in. In order to do that, you make the other part less important by either blur it out or make it darken it out if you can. And also, you don't paint everything. Yeah, don't need to paint everything. You paint, but focus on some area only important and spend a lot of time in that and make it as best out of it. All right, thank you for watching today. See you for next time. And if I missed something, put it in the comment area, and you can discuss more on there, and everyone can benefit from your knowledge. That'd be awesome. I would love to everyone put it in information, talk about that. Thank you, and please subscribe my channel. Thank you. Bye.